Salut chers téléspectateurs, ravi de vous retrouver.
Hello dear viewers, glad to see you every Monday on Football Planet, a show dedicated to football on Africanews, your Pan-African channel. Here's what's coming up. A storm brewing in the African Champions League. Generation Foot's refusal to play its final match in Egypt puts CAF in turmoil again. The Senegalese objected to a delay and a venue change for the match against Zamalek.
Qui devait les opposer aux Zamalek samedi. Le rêve continue pour
And the dream continues for Paradou AC and Pyramids FC in the Confederations Cup. Both clubs qualified for the tournament playoffs for the first time. All the results of the CAF Cup encounters coming up on the program.
dans cette émission. Et enfin,
And Cameroon is under pressure more than ever. The country is urged to accelerate the construction of infrastructure in preparation for AFCON 2021. CAF has given Cameroon until June to deliver the stadiums to host the tournament.
juste après cette petite transition. Bienvenue.
Welcome to Football Planet. This is a new case that would have gone well for the Confederation of African Football almost 4 months after the Champions League final scandal. A new dispute has tormented the CAF. The refusal by Senegal club Generation Foot to play its preliminary return match against Zamalek, a match that CAF wanted to postpone and relocate for security purposes. This was not accepted by the Senegalese, who were very angry, as you can see in these images, with their president, Madi Touré, launching a protest.
Tell him, with all due respect, we are just asking for respect. We are not respected, okay. We have not seen any Zamalek officials since we arrived at the hotel or at the airport. Now, only the authorities will make the right decision. We will allow the authorities to make the decision. We didn't have anything. We talked to the Zamalek guys.
A big frustration for the Senegalese, who left Cairo on Sunday without playing the match, an encounter that will undoubtedly now be played in court, as Tal Afar, the club's communications manager, explained to Football Planet.
There's a legal process. There's nothing else to do. We came. We had a lawyer who came to see us. He's entitled to at least see that Generation Football was present on the day of the match when we were summoned. Generation Football convened on Saturday, September 28th at 8 p.m. at the Petro Sports Stadium in Cairo. So that is what we are sticking to. Now, it will be up to CAF to decide what it will give as a result in relation to this match. We didn't refuse to play. We kept to the official invitation of CAF, which was sent to us.
We are on the line with Generation Foot's communications manager, Tal Afar. Thank you, Tala. First of all, did you get any news from CAF since Saturday?
Of course, there has been changes since Saturday. It has evolved well, and even yesterday, there was a press release from CAF through the Moroccan, who is the Secretary General, I want to believe Anthony Bafoué's superior, to say that he himself is worried about what we told them about insecurity in Cairo, because we were able to prove that there were 2 matches that took place in Cairo, 2 matches that were scheduled by the Egyptian Federation. And so, how is it that we can talk about security and also schedule championship matches in the same stadium in Cairo? So from that moment on, the problem of insecurity no longer holds. So now, a committee has been convocating us to discuss on the events on the game Zamalek versus Generation Foot. At the same time, the match commissioner too did not show up, whereas it was his obligation to come and visit us to prepare the technical meeting that was to take place. So if there was a change, we had to be concerned as much as the match commissioner because he is the one who organizes the matches. We did not receive a letter from Mr. Bafoué informing us of the relocation of the match.
Yet he was in Alexandria on Sunday. What do you think this means?
Well, that's a manipulative move. Everyone could see that. A match commissioner is the one who appears before the opposing team to be able to prepare the technical meeting, because the technical meeting is essential before a match can be played, to present the equipment for both teams, to talk to them about the attitude to have as well as their behavior. So there will be a federal delegate, the Secretary General of the opposing club. So all these people must be present at the technical meeting, and that never happened. How can the referee afford to go to Alexandria when the official summon was talking about Cairo? The letter from Mr. Anthony Bafoué is just a news letter. It is not an official summon. And you cannot relocate a game in 24 hours. This is impossible. CAF texts do not allow for that. So from that moment on, we are quiet. The official convocation was a match that was scheduled for Saturday, September 28. And in the meantime, you cannot relocate a game to ask people to go and play a game 218 kilometers from Cairo, which is Alexandria. That is impossible. That is, if we think about it well, very honestly, we cannot afford to say to people, you come to Cairo, but you have to move over to Alexandria because the game will take place there in 24 hours. Do you think that's normal?
You mentioned it earlier, CAF will meet to give a verdict. What do you expect from them?
Today in the press release, it says that there will be a meeting before October 9 because that is when the pools will be drawn. And before that, a decision will be made. All we are asking for is a victory on the basis of Zamalek forfeiting the game. It was for 28 September. That's when we made our flight plans and sent it to the Egyptian Federation, to CAF, and our hotel reservations. All this was set up in relation to the official invitation from CAF. Because still, we can't be told that we refuse to play. We went to Cairo, took our plane tickets, booked a hotel, and stayed there. It is not after all these expenses and preparations that they will inform us on Saturday that the match will be played instead on Sunday. And how will you manage with your team tickets if you are to schedule to return on Sunday? You will not say to the company, no, CAF has written to us, now the game is no longer to be played on Saturday. But who's going to take care of that? So we stick to that, to an official summon. In any case, we have all the facts to be able to at least win this match.
And we'll come back to that, of course. Anyway, thank you very much, Tal Afar.
Thank you.
That was the communications manager of Senegalese club Generation Foot. But in the meantime, remember the qualification of the two-time defending champions Esperance de Tunis, but also TP Mazembe, and then the adventure ends for Horoya AC, eliminated by JS Kabylie. No problem, however, for the Mamelodi Sundowns, who literally blew up the Seychelles Courtois 11-1, as you can see in this complete results table. In the CAF Cup, the great story of AC Paradou and Pyramids FC continues. Both clubs, novices in the inter-clubs, have qualified for the playoffs. Here are the complete results from the second leg of the preliminary round. And a reminder that the draws for the CAF Cup playoffs and Champions League groups will take place on 9th October in Cairo. We're now heading to Cameroon, which, as you know, will host the AFCON 2021. And CAF is increasing the pressure by setting an ultimatum to the country to deliver the stadiums to host the tournament. Here's Nassis Ndumbe and Hawawu Suleimana with details.
The Confederation of African Football has issued a 9-month ultimatum to Cameroon, expected to complete all stadium renovations ahead of the CAN 2021 games. All infrastructure and the construction or renovations must be ready by June 2020, at the latest 1 year before the start of the competition. This ultimatum was issued following the visit of a CAF inspection team led by its Deputy Secretary General Tal Afar to the selected pitches. Failure to meet this deadline could compel CAF to withdraw the organization of CAN 2020 and CAN 2021 from the land of the indomitable Lions. Despite assurances from the Cameroonian authorities, little progress has been made on some sides, particularly at the Olympic Stadium in Yaounde and Garo in the north of the country. Initially designated host country for the 2019 African Cup of Nations, delays in the progress of work led to the appointment of Egypt in December 2018 to replace Cameroon.
And we hope that Cameroon will succeed in meeting the challenge of complying with this new CAF deadline. In short, before I leave you, please note that the date of the draw for the AFCON Under-23 has been moved to Thursday, October 3rd. It will be at 17 hours GMT in Alexandria, Egypt, where the tournament is scheduled to be held from November 8th to 22nd. And that's the end of the program. There's more on our site, Africanews.com. Don't forget to follow us on our social networks. See you again next week on another edition of Football Planet. Goodbye.
Au revoir.